Where do people in the UK seek/buy land plots to self-build a house on it and live in it afterwards? I don't need a mansion, just big enough plot to have about 80 square metre, 2-storey house with a small garden and a parking space on it.
Obviously, through planning applications, you can put in for self-build. It can be anything from kind of one to many self-builds. So that's always an avenue to look at. The thing I'd do there is I'd actually look at the layout of the planning application for those self-builds, see how big the houses are, things like that.
There was an urban extension in Swindon, Tadpole Garden Village, and they had about 20 self-built plots there. I drove through it because I was curious. They were all massive. And it looked to me like it was more of a sort of a luxury option to build a luxury house rather than an option to put in my sort of small dream home. The problem you're going to have if you want to try and do it yourself, so find a small plot of land somewhere and build your own house on it, will always be trying to make it cost effective. You're going to be competing with the cost of getting a mortgage and buying a house versus building it yourself, because lending the money, that's the difficult bit, because you need to buy the land, you'll need to get the planning.
There are options of obviously looking at barn conversions. There's ways to get obviously around the planning there. Derelict houses that you could knock down and build afterwards.
Again, actually, I would say depends on where in the UK you're going, right? Because if you're London, southeast, no chance. If you are Wales, maybe even more northerly, like it's probably actually quite realistic. We're up north near Beverley. Quite a lot of houses there actually in and around the town where one was run down. You must be able to kind of find out who owns it, approach them and build on it.
Use Landsat to find out who owns the land.
You can use Landsat to do that for free. Really good place to start looking. And you could obviously look for planning applications